Welcome everyone to NoW Honor. As always, I am your host, Damian Wrestling Figs, joined by my broadcasting partner, WWB. And I think right now it's self-explanatory on what is opening us up here tonight. A battle royal to determine the #1 contender to face this man at against all odds for the X Division Championship, Absolute Ricky Starks. Big opportunity for the X Division here tonight. Many big names in this match, but only one of them will face Ricky Starks for the championship. Bell rings and Ciampa immediately eliminating Austin Theory. I'm sending Breeze over the top and kicking out his leg, eliminating Breeze from the match. And Aries trying to fight elimination. Oh! Right with the dropkick there now. Bulldog to Neville. Nice little combination there by Rey Mysterio. Apollo. Oh, Neville hanging on. Nearly got eliminated there, but Neville eliminates Apollo Crews. And wait a minute, watch out! A knee by Ciampa. Meanwhile, Andrade and Sammy Guevara putting in the work on Austin Aries. Swerve now with a German suplex to Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, there's Andrade. Damian Gargano fighting, looking for the cutter. No, Gargano kicked out the leg of Sammy Guevara. Guevara goes plummeting down, and Rey with a big splash to Noam Dar. And Ciampa trying to eliminate Andrade there, and there goes Andrade and Legado del Fantasma. Rey setting up for a Hurricane Rana to eliminate Noam Dar. Meanwhile, Sammy in the corner looking for Haluva kick to eliminate Cameron Grimes. Wait a minute, Rey in a bad position as Swerve eliminates Rey Mysterio. And now locks eyes with Orange Cassidy, who gets mauled with a super kick by Neville. And Swerve tosses Cassidy over the top rope. Meanwhile, Neville eliminates Austin Aries. We're down to the final 5. It looks like DIY looking for meat in the middle, but Swerve taking out Gargano before he can go to the middle. And Neville with a poison Rana to Tommaso Ciampa. Now staring dead at the champion, Ricky Starks. Swerve tossing Sami Zayn over the top. We are down to the final 4. Swerve, Neville, DIY. Wait a minute, Swerve nearly got eliminated there. Neville taking out Gargano. Stuns Ciampa right there. And now, oh, Neville nearly gets eliminated there, but Gargano super kick eliminating Neville. It is down to DIY and Swerve Strickland. Wait a minute. Swerve, watch out. Ricky Starks dragging Swerve over the top, eliminating him, and now sending him right into the post. Well, the final 2 in this match are now DIY. Johnny looking for that slingshot spear. Oh, Ciampa trying to catch him with a knee there. These two men know each other too well. Pulling Ciampa over the top. And a big knee to Gargano, but both men fall at the same time. Ciampa's knee caused both men to fall down onto the ground. Both men's feet touched at the same time. Kurt over here is telling our ring announcer something. I'm not sure what it is.
Due to both Gargano and Ciampa's feet touching the ground at the same time, both men will receive an X Division Championship match in a triple threat match at Against All Odds.
Both Gargano and Ciampa will be receiving the championship match. How is that going to affect their friendship, though? Up next, I'm sure we're going to hear some heated words from these two men. As for over a year now, Osprey and Escobar have been butting heads over this United States Championship. And tonight, these two men meet face to face to discuss a possible third match between the two. Osprey ended arguably the greatest championship reign in NoW history when he beat Santos Escobar for the United States Championship at Forbidden Door. Osprey last week successfully defended against Shawn Michaels, which then afterwards, members of Legado came out, handed Osprey a contract, which Osprey said it discusses a third match between these two men. But right now, we hear what's on both of these men's minds.
We all know why we're out here tonight. A few weeks back, they took my championship away from me. But seriously, what is your problem with me? Before Stand and Deliver, I didn't do anything to you for you to come after me in my championship. For a matter of fact, I respected you. But the second you came for my championship, all respect went out the window. So what did I have to do? I had to embarrass you in your home. And that night I pinned you 3 times that night in front of your familia. And it took a no disqualification match for you to pin me once. You needed help.
Are you mad, bruv? I needed help. Bruv, you brought your little goons to come and help, and I took them down. I'm not going to deny you are the greatest man to hold this championship, but guess what? I am better in this ring than you ever will be.
You know what? I'm going to calm myself a bit. I'm not going to lie. You were greatest champion. I mean, you beat me in the UK. I have to give props to you. You beat Rey Mysterio, RVD, Austin Aries, Swerve, and many more. But I read over that contract for a 3rd match. But there is one thing I want to change about the match. In our matches, people have been getting involved, and for the 3rd match, I want nothing like that to happen. Against all odds, if you follow your own contract, it will be Santos Escobar versus Will Osprey for this championship inside of a steel cage.
A cage match between these 2 men.
I accept. But the second I get my championship back, I will take that championship to heights that I've taken it before. But I will take it even higher, because I am the greatest United States champion ever.
Our first of many bouts here tonight that have to do with the Judgment Day, as this one is tag team competition, as the current Honor Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boyz, will be going against the debuting Usos in non-title competition. But imagine how big of a win it would be for the Usos if in their first match here in this company, they defeated the Tag Team Champions in the Fatal 4-Way Tag match at Against All Odds for those titles. The Hardys have been making history lately, as just a few weeks ago they competed on the first edition of Saturday Night's Main Event, where they defeated the debuting Jurassic Express in a tables match. As you can see, Jeff Hardy has the rib tape on, showing the damage from the War Games match back at Into the Shadows. But talk about decorated tag teams in wrestling. The Usos, I mean, both these teams could be considered the greatest tag teams of all time. But tonight, we can prove which one's better. Like I said, very decorated team the Usos are. Have won tag titles in almost every company you could think of. But Jimmy sends Matt off the ropes, leapfrog. And oh, big crossbody. Taking down Matt early on in this matchup. And now looking for a super kick. Matt catches it. And now taking Jimmy into the corner. And now big elbow to the side of the head. Matt now looking for a suplex, taking down Jimmy Uso. But he's not done yet. Off the ropes. Leg drop, and no, Jimmy moves. Jimmy stomps to the chest now. Jimmy now dropping a headbutt down onto Matt Hardy. I think he's calling for the hip attacks into the corner. As Matt is in position. Jimmy, hip attack. And now Jay tagging himself in. And now Jay knocking Jeff off the apron. And now looking for a hip attack of his own. And now potentially looking for another one. But there's Jeff Hardy with a flapjack onto that top turnbuckle. And now sending Jeff into the corner. Jeff climbed up the ropes, whisper in the wind. Both Usos trying to collect their thoughts together on the outside right in front of me. Jeff off the ropes, jumping off his brother's back, and now taking down both Usos. Jeff looking to end things here with a swanton bomb onto Jey Uso, but Jey put the knees up. And now a super kick by Jimmy. Super kick to Matt this time. And now Jey, crucifix on Jeff. Cover 1, 2, and the Usos get the win over the tag team champions. This is huge for the Usos. This is not so great for the Hardy Boyz though. I already know the Hardys are going to be walking into that Judgment Day locker room with their heads down, as the Judgment Day has no momentum at all going for them tonight. But they could pick some momentum up here, while Bronson Reed goes one-on-one with Keith Lee. Two big meaty men slapping meat. Bronson Reed is undefeated in NoW in singles competition. Could Keith Lee be the one to make this undefeated streak come to an end? As both of these men can do things that I don't think anybody their size should be doing. This match is destined to be a banger. And the bell has rung. Here we go. Bronson Reed, Keith Lee. And starting off things with a chop by Bronson Reed. Keith with a chop of his own now. Bronson throws a forearm. Keith throwing one back. An uppercut by Bronson. Bouncing Keith off the ropes. And oh my gosh! Just collided in the middle of the ring. Both men on top. Bronson shoving Keith off the top. Bronson, I think, has one thing in mind, and that is tsunami off the top, crushing Keith Lee. Cover now. 1, 2, 3. Bronson gets a big win over Keith Lee here tonight, and a big win for the Judgment Day. We have more singles competition up next, as we have Tyson Kidd going one-on-one with Grayson Waller. We have not seen Tyson Kidd in nearly 2 years. Last time we saw him was in the reverse ladder match on HCW Live. Tonight he's looking to get justice for his partner Cesaro, as last week, after Cesaro won his semifinals match for the breakout tournament, Grayson Waller, the man he's meeting in the finals, jumped him from behind. Tyson Kidd came out to make the save, and that is how we have this match here tonight. And Tyson Kidd running at Waller, ducking that punch, and a jumping neck breaker, taking Waller straight down to the mat. Tyson Kidd fired up here tonight, and now through the bottom rope, tornado DDT. Waller on the middle rope, looking for that elbow, and it connects straight to the chest of Tyson Kidd. Cover now. 1, 2. Wait a minute, Tyson Kidd, roll up. 1, 2. Waller kicks out. Barely gets out of it. Super kick to Waller. Waller rebounding off the ropes, looking for the stunner from down under. Taking out Tyson Kidd. I think it's at this time. 1, 2, 3, and Waller gets the win right before his finals match at Against All Odds. But Waller, what's he thinking? He has 2 chairs as Tyson Kidd is laid out in the ring. Oh no. I think I know what he's looking for. He's looking for the concerto on Tyson Kidd, but there's Cesaro making the save for Tyson Kidd. Just took out Waller with that uppercut right there. Who will be the breakout star at Against All Odds?
Jeff, I seriously want to know what goes through your mind when you go out there week in and week out and take pins every single week for the Judgment Day. I mean, seriously, your entire careers, both of you, it's always been said, Matt is overshadowed by Jeff. Well, guess what, Jeff? That's not the case anymore, because Matt Hardy hasn't taken a single pin since we came to NoW. Do you know who has, though? You, Jeff. I mean, do you even care for this group anymore? I mean, you go out there every single week and make us look weak. You were the only person tonight who is taking a pin, because Priest is going out there. He's going to whoop Ziggler. Then in the main event, I'm going to whoop Darby. The Judgment Day will be on top. But if this happens one more time, Jeff, if you get pinned one more time, your actions will have consequences.
Now, if you don't mind me, I got to go prepare to win my match. I know you two don't do that anymore.
Brody Lee not too happy about the Hardys' loss here tonight. But up next, another member of the Judgment Day in action, as Damian Priest is going one-on-one with Dolph Ziggler. Damian Priest, not a lot of people know this. He's a former TikTok champion in this company. He knows what it's like to hold World Championship gold and Championship gold in general. Let's see if he can get the win against Dolph Ziggler. As Ziggler, we've seen a lot of recently as of late. He was at the Tribute to the Troops collab show. He was in a triple threat. He went against Happy Corbin and Cameron Grimes. Ziggler did not come out the winner of that match. Let's see if he can redeem himself here tonight against Damian Priest. Priest looking for a Uranagi onto the apron possibly, but Ziggler getting out of it, looking zigzag. Priest held onto the ropes though. As now Priest possibly looking for the reckoning. Ziggler with a stunner to get out of it. And now looking for a DDT. No. Priest throwing him off. And has him by the throat, looking south of heaven. Cover. That might be it for Ziggler, and it is. Damian Priest picks up the victory. Judgment Day, I would say, has all the momentum in the world, but unfortunately the Hardys took that loss earlier on tonight.
There you are, Darby. I've been trying to find you all night. Am I still even walking out with you tonight?
Because I've been hiding away from you. I watched the footage back last week. Why did you do that to Sammy? We were putting up a good, competitive match where, truth be told, I didn't want you to get involved. I don't want to win with you helping me. I want to prove that I can be champion in this company, and I can prove that tonight if I defeat Brody Lee. So you can come out with me, but I'm begging you, do not get involved.
Listen, I only got involved last week because he had you beat. I'm going to be completely honest with you. And I want you to succeed more than anybody in this company. But the one thing you lack is that killer instinct.
That was earlier on tonight. But right now it is our main event, Darby Allin versus Brody Lee. Does Darby really lack that killer instinct? Sting says he does. But we'll have to see here tonight. Imagine how big of a win it would be for Darby Allin to hand Brody Lee his first singles loss in NoW. Last week defeated Sami Zayn in fashion he did not enjoy, quite frankly, as like he said, he wanted to defeat Sami on his own, but Sting, if you did not watch the match last week, drove his bat straight into the knee of Sami Zayn, which ultimately cost Sami the match. But it will be hard to get involved in this match, where Brody Lee, if you ask me, is one of the smartest men to compete in this ring. He has had that Undisputed Championship on lockdown since WrestleMania. David versus Goliath, here we go. Collar and elbow tie up to start us off. Brody just throwing Darby down onto the mat. He's not playing around here tonight. Now catching Darby mid-air and just throwing him into that top turnbuckle. And now looking for the razor's edge potentially. Darby slipping through though, ducking that punch. And oh my gosh, it's a super kick from Brody Lee. Brody's trying to catch his breath on the outside, but Darby Allin with a drop kick through the bottom rope. And now laying Brody down on the ground. Darby climbing up onto the barricade. What's he thinking? Darby with a coffin drop onto Brody Lee. Brody lifting Darby, oh my gosh! Throwing him down onto the apron from the top rope. Brody Lee now with a power bomb to Darby Allin. Sting having to watch on after he just said, Darby, wait a minute! A fan just jumped the barricade! And is jumping Sting. Where's security? Oh, I should have expected it. Jeff Hardy attacking Sting from behind.
What are you doing out here? I don't need your help. Go backstage now.
Looks like Brody didn't even plan this, but Sting attacking Jeff Hardy from behind now. And looking. Scorpion Death Drop to Jeff Hardy, taking him out. Sting taking out Hardy, but Brody Lee needs to watch out because Darby from behind, roll up on the champion. 1, 2, Brody kicking out right before 2, and now the discus clothesline, taking out Darby Allin, folding him inside out. 1, 2, and it's over. Brody doesn't have much time to recover, as up next, the contract signing for the triple threat match at Against All Odds. Brody Lee just got out of a war with Darby Allin and now has to sign the contract to make the triple threat official while he defends at against all odds against Kenny Omega and the ring general, Gunther. He's been having problems with both of these men for months now, especially this man, Kenny Omega, who has on 2 different occasions defeated Brody Lee. He defeated him by disqualification at Grand Slam. And the Elite, the team that Kenny Omega was leading into War Games, defeated the Judgment Day, which was the team Brody Lee was leading into War Games. So far he has the advantage on Brody Lee. But someone who doesn't have the advantage on Brody Lee is that man right there, the ring general Gunther, as at WrestleMania 5, he lost the Undisputed Championship to Brody Lee. All 3 men in the ring as they get ready to make the match official for that championship right there. Gunther gonna be the first to sign the contract. Now tossing the contract over to Brody Lee. As the champ makes it official. Now we just wait for the cleaner to make it 100% official. And the match has been signed. Gunther, Lee, Omega, all for the Undisputed Championship to main event night 2.
What are we even doing here?
And Kenny flipping the table over on Gunther, now going straight for Brody Lee, who just got out of a matchup. Brody shoving Kenny off. That might have been a bad idea as Kenny now has his hands on a chair. Wait a minute, watch out, Jeff Hardy yanking the chair out of Omega's hands. And Gunther just throwing that table at Kenny Omega. Jeff now trying to get involved, gets taken out with a chop. Like always, this contract signing is ending out in chaos. And now Brody Lee and Gunther fighting back and forth. Gunther now with a knee to the stomach to Brody Lee. And now looking for a power bomb onto the chair. My Lord. Wait a minute, watch out for Kenny Omega V-Trigger. Omega looks like he has plans for that table. Setting it back up. Wait a minute, Gunther with a chop to Omega. Now Gunther. Oh no. Looking for a power bomb onto the table. It didn't even break. My Lord, what is happening? Gunther now has his eyes set on Brody Lee. Oh no. Gunther with a power bomb to Brody Lee on a Kenny Omega through the table. As Gunther stands tall over both of his opponents. Is this a sight of what we will see at Against All Odds?